Quebec is pretty firmly a social democracy. To make it short, Quebecers are pretty okay with the state having some level of involvement in order to provide people with quality public services and welfare. Comparing that to other places in the world where the government getting too big is this big taboo, all of that means is that it's a lot harder to convince Quebecers of right-wing economic policy that it would be in other places in the world. You can't just show up and be like them fucking welfare queen and expect a standing ovation. The way François Legault pitched his right-wing economic idea is by telling Quebecers that privatization could in fact help the public sector. The public sector has too much on his shoulder and we can help it by expanding the private sectors. Plus, François Legault had this veneer of a successful businessman, someone we can achieve at bringing wealth in the province. The only problem is that he has completely failed on that front. His privatization of public services has not made things better, it has just made the system more dysfunctional and monetized. Also, he has made many partnerships with private businesses that would later go bankrupt. And the province's debt is at an all-time high. Thanks, homie. And prior to François Legault, Quebec had to suffer from the austerity politics of the Liberal Party. Some from 2 decades of downsizing the public sectors and propping up private businesses, which has led to the worsening of income inequality and the worsening of the cost of living crisis. With all of that, I think most Quebecers are not super receptive to the idea that somehow we still need to cut on the state and rely on private corporations. Enter Éric Duhaime, which will epically tell you that private mega corporation can do no wrong and that every social program is the work of Satan and that workplace regulation and trade union are cringe and that children yearn for the mines. Okay, I'm being a bit bad faith here. Duhaime doesn't sound as batshit insane as other libertarian, like, I don't know, fucking Javier Milei.
Ministerio de Ambiente y Desarrollo Sostenible, afuera. Ministerio de Obras Públicas, afuera. Ministerio de Ciencia y Tecnología e Innovación, algo bien del sector privado. Nada bueno salió del sector público, afuera. Ministerio de Trabajo, Empleo y Seguridad Social, afuera. Ministerio de Educación, adoctrinamiento, afuera. Ministerio de Transporte, afuera. Ministerio de Salud, afuera. Ministerio de Desarrollo Social, afuera. ¿Cómo queda?
But my point still stands that this guy is way too much of a Thatcher simp to really convince the population of his right-wing economic view.